but before we do that, I just wanted to say, that one's got a bump on top. Oh, well. Everybody's hands are different, right? You know? And so if you get this far and you put your hand in the mitten and you go, it's just, now, mind you, you're gonna need some room inside to put the lining. So if it feels loose, that's probably okay. But if it's, for some reason, it's way longer than your fingers or whatever, you can just turn it back inside out and stitch, you know, like you could put your hand in and go, okay, I really need it to be this big, and just change it. Just change it to make it work. So this is where it gets messy. It gets a little messy because I know there are ways to cut Minky to try to make the mess a little bit less, but in the case of what we're doing, it's, just face it, it's gonna get messy. I'm gonna turn on the machine here. I forgot. Wait up, Josephine. Okay, she's gonna go. Pump, 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 pump. All right, so I'm going to set aside our mittens, get the pattern back, and get out some Minky. And I have a bit of a mess here because I have what's left from the last time I made them. But just like the first time, you're going to need mirror images of each other. So let's see. I've got plenty. And since we don't need to worry about the panel or the block that I did, we can just go to town here. So I'm just folding it under because it's easier to deal with the inside than the outside. So that's probably too much. Come on, Minky. Now, when I do the back of the mitten, well, when I do all of them, I leave a little extra at the bottom so that I can pull it out and do. Now I put them so far away that I can't find them again. Here we go. And do this. This time we're going to fold it under and make it just a little bit prettier than this. But, so I'm going to leave probably maybe a couple inches at the bottom. So, I'm just going to quickly cut out these, and, I am going to use the rotary cutter for this, because, you know, for one thing, nobody's going to see them, and using the scissors to cut Minky is going to be time consuming and messy. It's going to be messy no matter what we do, but snowing black snow. That can't be good. Okay, so we've got the back of the, or in this case, it will be the inside. So I think we're good. And where did I go? Oh, there it is. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay. Actually, I should not have done this because you're going to notice that the top of the mitten kind of has a different shape for each one. I think I picked the right ones. So yeah, because see how it kind of comes out on the side here? Though that's what how you decide which one goes on which side. There we go. This is the palm with the thumb. And then now we have those. And these. All right, so I'm going to go to the machine. I'm going to stitch just like we did the front, exactly the way we did the front. Is, you know, stitch around to about here. With the black, it's hard to tell, but around to about there. And then sew it to the front, the back, whatever we want to call it. And it's exactly the same as the first one. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it off camera. And then I will come back again and see what we got. One more thing. I'm going to stitch this using a zigzag. It's got a little stretch to it, and plus the fraying. I just found the zigzag to be just a little, you don't have to, but zigzag worked well for me. Just on the minky, not on the front, just on the minky. Okay, carry on. Okay, we've got now 2 linings, and we're going to put them so that their thumb is here, thumb is here, thumb is there, thumb is there. Okay, so just looking at them now, excuse me. I think the bottom is probably a little too long, but let's try one. So here comes the incredibly easy part of lining these mittens. You stick them on. Stick on the, my watch is in the way. Let's move it. Okay. So there's the lining. And here is the outside part. And you just stick it in there. And once it gets past your hand, it's going to be better. Your palm, I should say. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, so that's all there is to that. Now you've got lining. So they come up, I think, a little bit farther than I would like them to. So I'm gonna take it apart and I'm gonna take off about 1/2 inch. And then I'll do the same thing with the other one. All right, now let's get them. Yeah, I think we can take 1/2 inch off the interior, the lining also. Let's improvise mittens. Sometimes everything comes together and sometimes it doesn't. You might have noticed that I did not trim in the curves of the linings because the zigzag stitch and the stretchiness of the minky keep that from being necessary. So we got this one on. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, it's in there good and tight. Everything feels good on the inside. So we'll slip that one off. I think there's still too much on the bottom, but we can cross that bridge in a minute. I know they seem really tight, but I promise once everything is in there and set to rights, it's going to be okay. Okay, now this one is in here. Feels good. Can move my hand. So now yeah, still too much. Don't come out, stay put now. This time I'm just randomly cutting. All right, so we're going to match the seams up so that things are pretty good. And then fold the minky up over the top. And then fold it under. This is where. All right, so we got it all folded up. And I'm just making sure that it's got a nice cuff. I'm not. There we go. And then we'll just stick a clip there. Put another one right there. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing to this one, and then I'm going to go to the machine, and I'm going to zigzag again along the edge of this minky, and that's going to secure it to the mitten itself. And there's no turning things right side out, or it just is good. So I'm going to go to do those things, and then I will come back with finished mittens. All right, so we've got the mittens. This was kind of how to fudge your way through a pattern. I'm pretty happy with the way my improvisation turned out. I hope that it's not just a super confusing video, and I'm always welcome to answer questions. So now all I need is snow or cold, and I've got mittens. So be well, be safe, and maybe there's sun. Not 100% sure, but love you, bye.